We're getting some breaking news now. According to the UK Parliamentary Standard Commissioner's Office, which has not issued a statement so far, neither has it spoken to the media. But what we are learning is that through our sources, and that's what we've learned, that it has decided not to investigate the matter, though no reason has been given for it so far. All right, so this matter of how Lalit Modi was able to get travel documents while his passport was impounded, while his passport had been revoked by the Indian authorities. How did he manage to get his travel documents to go to Portugal for his to be by his wife's side while she was undergoing a surgery related to cancer? That is the big question, and at the moment, what we understand is that the UK Parliamentary Standard Commissioner's Office has decided that it will not investigate the matter. Lavina is now joining us with more details from London. Lavina, what could the reason behind this no investigation stance be?
Absolutely, but they haven't given any reason at all, and they say the commissioner would neither give a statement, interview, or give any reason, and would do in this matter. So it leaves us completely without any reason, without understanding of the matter as to why they have not decided to investigate it at all. Also, I have spoken to the office of the MP who raised this with her, which is Andrew Bridgen, and he's hopefully looking to get some input from him as to what has he been conveyed from the commissioner, because commissioner's office has said that they would not talk about private conversation or emails that they have had with their complainants. So hopefully we'll see what really happens, but we also hear from, this would be unconfirmed sources and yet to be confirmed, that probably there's not enough evidence.
Okay.
So, but not to investigate this, it leaves us in a complete area with lots of questions, actually.
And Lavina, give us a little bit of clarity on what was the exact aspect that they would have investigated had they agreed to do so.
Okay, so the issue that he raised with them was that Mr. Keith was in the capacity of chairman of Home Select Committee, who is supposed to be accountable for Visa and Immigration Department, actually raised with recommendation to expedite the travel documents of Lalit Modi, and this is in conflict of interest with his position. So this is what was the first point. And the second point was that Mr. Lalit Modi was not a constituent of Mr. Keith Vaz's constituency. So he was not one of the constituents from his constituency. And usually the sort of understanding law is that if you raise an issue, it could be for your constituent. So
yes.
If he's not your constituent, it is the constituency of the MP to whom the person belongs. That MP must raise it. So from both the points of view, the question was raised as to why has he raised this issue with the commissioner.
Okay.
The third thing is that if he at all did it, because Mr. Keith Vaz said he does that, even if people are not from his constituency, he does that in the capacity as the chairman of the select committee, then why was it not made public?
Okay.
So these were the three things on which
Lavina, help us understand the significance of this decision not to investigate the matter.
It actually becomes a no issue, really, because the whole point, the whole thing rested on the fact that is it really that he's walked on the fringe, or is it out of his remit as is it really a conflict of interest? One wanted to get that investigated and see if he has done this as a part of his position, which he is liable to do, and he can do, as he has said he has done for many other people, or he has done a favor to him. So we will not get to know whether this, which is the situation. So it's quite significant. And also, secondly, as I have always said, that this was probably raised is because elections of this committee are due very soon.
Yes.
So is it a politics for that? So it actually has turned out to be a no issue, and it's clear ground for Mr. Keith Vaz.
So are the authorities downplaying this matter, or is this a clean chit being given to Keith Vaz and in that case indirectly to Lalit Modi as well?
Two things. If we can confirm that this is because of lack of evidence, then we would say, right, probably we are looking, Mr. Keith Vaz is in maybe sort of difficult grounds. But if it is not to be investigated at all, then it's a no issue.
Okay. All right. So you mean to say at the moment there is no clarity on whether the investigation isn't going ahead because of lack of evidence, or whether the authorities are trying to at the moment desperately downplay this matter?
So I would not say downplay. I would say whether it's a part of, it is within law for him to do that. So is it within law and therefore a no issue, or lack of evidence and we would be investigating it? These are the two.
Yes, Lavina, also while this decision has been taken by the UK Parliamentary Standard Commissioner's Office, have we heard anything at all from Keith Vaz or Lalit Modi?
I've been trying consistently since yesterday, but haven't heard a word from him. And it would be, that is the key. We would like to hear from him as to what his point of view has. He has expressed before, and in reports, various reports, that this is a part of his job. He has done that for 270 other people in various matters who are not his constituents, but he has raised them. And Lalit Modi is a part of this entire routine, and so it's a routine exercise for him. But we have to understand furthermore this entire issue, because it has raised a lot of questions in India, and they have in our mind as well. So we haven't heard, and I'm really hopeful that across the day he would come back, at least with a statement.
Lavina, shall we see this as a relief to Keith Vaz and Lalit Modi then?
Of course, it is a relief for Mr. Keith Vaz as of now, unless it's lack of evidence. And a lot of people, you see, Mr. Keith Vaz has been in various situations before. We remember the case of Hindujas, we remember various other cases, and he has been, this case, as it stands now, is clear ground for both of them, really.
Lavina, is any other investigation possible in this matter?
Sorry, can you come again, please?
Lavina, apart from the UK Parliamentary Standard Commissioner's Office, is any other investigation possible in this case in the UK? And Parliament Commissioner is the authority that would take a stand on this. Okay. We do not think that there is any other such strong authority, because he is a part of the committee, that he is Home Affairs Select Committee is a part of the Parliament, and it's the Commissioner who looks after it, who is a watchdog. All right, Lavina, just hold on there for a bit. Let's get an Indian perspective from our Deputy Editor, Smita Sharma, is joining us on the phone line now. Smita, a huge relief there coming in for Keith Vaz, at least in the UK, with the Parliamentary Standards Commissioner's Office saying that they do not think that an investigation is necessary at this point in this matter. Will it also in some ways exonerate the External Affairs Minister, Sushma Swaraj, then as well?
I don't think so that we can comment on that right at this point, Maha, because we will have to look into, the legalities involved of the various allegations being leveled against Sushma Swaraj. But having said that, keeping in mind the political tone and tenor in the country right now, clearly it is something which the BJP and perhaps Sushma Swaraj herself will use as a political argument, perhaps, to try and say that, look, all I wrote to the UK was that you can abide by your own rule book, even while you consider Lalit Modi's case on a humanitarian ground. And the UK does not itself think that this befits an investigation or a parliamentary probe. So I think that this is an argument that will perhaps be used. No reaction so far because this news has just come in. But remember yesterday, when I was trying to solicit response from the UK Home Ministry, wherein, of course, which is the larger part of the UK, the Visas and Immigration Department, the Home spokesperson did say that this case was determined in accordance with appropriate rules. Right. So more political, I think, of a statement here that will be made, Maha.
Smita and Lavina, many thanks for joining us with all those details.